Here are 10 megalodon shark sightings explained. Number 10. The monster in the Mariana Trench. When a Facebook page called Buzz Channel posted a video of a giant shark on October 4, 2016, the video went viral. Was the large creature a megalodon? The creature was seen in the Mariana Trench, and who knows what really lurks in the trench's undiscovered waters. The shark looks like it's 50 feet long, which would be around the same size as a megalodon. But the shark is about 100 feet down in the water, and many people have pointed out that it could really have been anything, including shadows, so this video is not really definitive proof of the ancient shark's existence. Number 9. The baby megalodon. In January 2016, off the coast of Australia, a very large shark was spotted by a helicopter. A picture was taken of the shark and the picture went viral. The shark was about 22 feet long, and people started wondering if it could be a baby megalodon. Plus, the shark was in shallow, warm waters, and experts have suggested that those were exactly the types of waters that the megalodon would have preferred. But in reality, the large shark is likely just a fully grown white shark, and the picture does little to prove that the shark in the picture is in any way connected to the megalodon shark. Number 8. The Black Demon of Cortez. The Black Demon of Cortez is an oversized shark that hunts the waters off the coast of Baja, Mexico. Many people have claimed that they have seen this shark, and that the shark is over 65 feet long. Some people even claim that the shark has rocked their boat. However, like most megalodon tales though, it is highly likely that the Black Demon of Cortez is simply a different type of oversized shark, and that people's imaginations are getting the better of them when it comes to this black demon. Number 7. Deep Blue. Michael Meyer claims that he has definitive proof of a megalodon. He discovered a great white shark in Guadalupe, Mexico in 2016. The great white was much larger than most great whites at 22 feet. The shark was not a megalodon and was confirmed to be a great white shark, but she was incredibly large for a great white, and her size confused scientists. It is a fact that great whites evolved from megalodons before the megalodon went extinct. So some people believe that this great white is proof that the megalodon is still out there and that great whites are still evolving from it. However, other people argue that it's highly unlikely, and that the size of this great white does not prove that the megalodon is still swimming the seas. On the contrary, it's likely just a big great white shark and nothing more. Number 6. The unexplained creature of the crayfish fisherman. David Stead was a renowned Australian naturalist. So when he heard crayfish fishermen talking about something strange and large in the water, he wrote about their encounter in his book, Sharks and Rays of the Australian Sea. The fishermen claimed that they saw a creature so large that it could only be a megalodon. They guessed that the creature was over 100 feet long and that it was white. Their claims have been widely studied. Some people believe the creature was a whale, but the fishermen were very experienced, and they all testified that it wasn't a whale. In any case, their testimony wasn't proof enough to persuade the naysayers nor the majority of scientists. Number 5. The strange Google Earth photo. Google Earth has been known for taking some pretty controversial pictures, and the purported megalodon is no exception. In November 2017, Google Earth snapped footage of a huge shark lurking in the waters in the Persian Gulf in the Indian Ocean. The shark looks like it's about 70 feet. Scientists at the University of Columbia studied the picture, and some of them have suggested that this picture may be of a megalodon. The picture has made its rounds on the internet, as people seem baffled by what the creature actually is. However, even though it appears to be a megalodon given its size, most scientists agree that the shadows in the picture are likely making the shark seem larger than it actually is. However, the photo hasn't been proven one way or the other. It hasn't been proven to be a megalodon, but it also hasn't been proven to be anything else, so the verdict is still out on this strange Google Earth picture. Number 4. The Great Barrier Reef Shark. Sometimes seeing isn't always believing. In the 1960s, a number of sailors claimed that they saw a massive shark swim by their boat. They attested to the fact that the shark was 85 feet long, but unsure of what they were seeing, they didn't tell anybody about their discovery. This happened in the Great Barrier Reef. Years later, though, they did tell their story, and their story was documented in a book called Let's Go Fossil Shark Tooth Hunting. Since the publication of the book, people have questioned whether or not the men actually saw a shark that large, and if they did, whether or not the shark in question was a megalodon. However, scientists have been quick to point out that the men were likely exaggerating on the size of the shark. Memory is not always the best indicator of fact, and other than the men's claims, there was no other proof as to the actual size of the shark. So although the Great Barrier Reef shark has been a source of contention, most scientists will agree that their story is more fable than fact. Number 3. The Beast of Brazil. If seeing is believing, then actual footage is really believing. On November 20th, 2012, the Brazilian Coast Guard caught what appears to be footage of a megalodon in the waters off the coast of Brazil. In the footage, a large, shark-like creature swims right by an unsuspecting swimmer. The purported megalodon is seen in the upper right-hand corner of the video. But what is this creature? It's very large, easily 60 feet long, and it swims by at an alarming rate. Needless to say, the moment this video was posted on the internet, it went viral. People dubbed the unexplained creature the Beast of Brazil. Many people believe that the video is proof of a megalodon, but others aren't so quick to follow suit. In fact, for as many people who believe this is a megalodon, there are just as many who don't. It could just be a very large shark. Or could it be a megalodon? The footage is still being reviewed, and there has not been any real scientific claim one way or the other. Number 2. The HMS Challenger teeth. When it comes to sightings of the megalodon, there are a lot of reported cases throughout history, but most of these sightings rely on the memory of the people who saw the proposed shark. This can be a gray area, as people's memories are not always as accurate as the truth. It is highly likely, from a logical standpoint, that people have exaggerated the size of what they saw, or that they were actually seeing a whale when they thought they were seeing a shark. But when it comes to whether or not the megalodon still exists, there is one piece of proof that speaks volumes. In 1875, the British ship the HMS Challenger found a pair of megalodon teeth in Tahiti. The teeth were confirmed as megalodon teeth and were oddly preserved given their age. But archaeologists at the time lacked the resources needed to properly date the teeth. It wasn't until 1959, when Dr. W. Chernesky stepped in, that the teeth were accurately dated. The teeth were dated to be between 11,000 and 24,000 years old. But this was highly problematic because the megalodon was thought to have gone extinct almost 1.5 million years ago. So how could these teeth be only 11,000 years old? The dating of these teeth threw the scientific community for a loop. It has always been believed and taken for fact that the megalodon went extinct millions of years ago. But the age of these teeth suggests that it was more like thousands, not millions of years. Perhaps the megalodon was around much longer than previously believed. And if that was the case, did that mean that it could still potentially be around? It's always been unknown as to what caused the megalodon to go extinct. It was, after all, an apex predator. Maybe it never actually went extinct after all. The only plausible explanation for these teeth is that the dating methods used were unreliable. Some scientists believe that the teeth were actually much older than Chernesky's dating suggested, and that there is no reason to believe that the megalodon survived extinction. If his dating is accurate, though, it suggests that the megalodon survived much longer than previously believed, and it does open the door for the possibility that it may still be around. Honorable mention: the megamouth. Some people feel that the megamouth shark could be proof that the megalodon still exists. The megamouth shark was only discovered in 1976, and it can reach lengths of 15 feet. So it's a pretty big shark. But how did it go undetected in the waters for so long? And if a shark of this size went undetected for so long, does it not follow that perhaps the megalodon has simply gone undetected too, like the megamouth? The megamouth is a plankton feeder and spends most of its days at very great depths, which is likely why it went undetected. But studies of the megalodon suggest that unlike the megamouth, the megalodon actually preferred shallow waters. So most scientists agree that if the megalodon were still alive, it would have been detected. The discovery of the megamouth is therefore no reason to believe that we just haven't discovered the megalodon yet, because the two types of sharks are very different. According to the information we have on the megalodon, it would not be lurking in deep waters, and it wouldn't have gone undetected like the megamouth. Coelacanths. Like the megamouth, some people point to coelacanths in an attempt to prove that the megalodon could still exist. Coelacanths are an extremely ancient species of fish. It was thought that they went extinct during the Cretaceous period, which was about 65 million years ago. However, one was caught in 1938. This, of course, caused excitement in the scientific community, and there was even more excitement when another one was caught in 1952. This has led some people to wonder what other species are still out there. Clearly, we were wrong about coelacanths. We thought they were extinct, and they weren't. Does this mean that we could be wrong about the megalodon too? Most scientists will say no. Coelacanths live in very deep waters, and they spend most of their time in caves. This is why they were overlooked for a very long time. Megalodons are much larger and would be much harder to overlook. So just because we were wrong about coelacanths doesn't mean that we're necessarily wrong about the megalodon. There are some species that we thought were extinct, yes, when they weren't. But those species are elusive by nature. Megalodons are massive. It makes sense that we didn't rediscover coelacanths until the 1900s, but it doesn't follow that that's reason to believe that we simply haven't rediscovered the megalodon yet. Number 1. The misleading Megalodon documentary. It was called Megalodon: The Monster Shark Lives, and it was a 2-hour-long documentary by Discovery Channel. Discovery claimed that the documentary was dramatized. The documentary featured scientists who were hunting for a 67-foot-long shark that they claimed was a megalodon. They nicknamed the prehistoric shark Submarine. But turns out that the scientists were actors, and that the documentary was not dramatized. It was completely made up. People were outraged by this misleading documentary. It was presented as a factual account with proof of a megalodon, and people were not impressed that Discovery Channel had not been more forthright with the fact that the documentary was in no way real. Needless to say, the mockumentary caused quite a stir on the internet, which is why Megalodon: The Monster Shark Lives has earned the top spot on this list of 10 megalodon sightings explained.